people in that community who are concerned that there's been rising gun violence and that there should be more surveillance cameras and that kind of thing. That's obviously been an issue that you weighed in on. Does that change it? Does that change your perspective at all?
Let's keep it on. Yeah, let's keep it on the topic of this event. Thanks.
But does that change your perspective at all on the issue of surveillance cameras based on what you went through on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, but let's keep it on topic, okay?
I believe that CCTV cameras have an important role to play in our public safety system, and we also have to be very careful to make sure that our data storage, security, sharing practices don't make that system vulnerable to misuse and abuse.
Okay, here's what's going on. The Socialist mayor of Seattle, Socialist Katie Wilson, and her staff are dodging and pushing back on a reporter asking about the need for surveillance cameras. Then she's downplaying how important they are. Here's the deal. The 2026 FIFA Soccer World Cup is now coming to nearly a dozen U.S. cities like Seattle. The U.S. does need to put on a good face to the world about crime, but Seattle's Socialist mayor is pushing back against what cops want. They demand more surveillance cameras on city streets. It works to catch criminals. Let's welcome to the show former Trump acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf. It's good to see you, Chad. What do you make of the mayor here? Don't these 11 cities need to show they're tough on crime?
Well, absolutely. And you need all technologies and all the tools out there for law enforcement, for counterterrorism officials and others that are trying to secure those FIFA World Cup sites throughout the country. It's not just 4 or 5 games, it's about 78 different games. And so as you have one there in Seattle and across the country, you want all the tools there, including cameras, including other technologies that they will have at some of these facilities that are going to be very difficult to protect given the large nature of them and the amount of people that will attend there. And so to take resources and tools off of the chessboard, so to speak, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, surveillance cameras have been used to track down people who have attacked Democrat politicians. Yeah. We should point out Axios is reporting violent crime rates have dropped double digits in big U.S. cities. But now, here's the deal. The president of Seattle's police officer union is saying, quote, with so many disturbing examples of surveillance cameras helping to solve violent crime in Seattle, we are respectfully asking the mayor to change her position, expand the cameras before the World Cup comes to Seattle. Do you think she's going to change her tune before then?
Well, let's see. Hopefully she'll come to some common sense. But again, it's important to keep in mind that these World Cup games, they attract individuals from all over the world. Probably 150 different countries will be represented at a lot of these different games of participants there. And so with that comes a new set of threats. And so you want these cameras on, not just after the fact, as the mayor likes to say, is, well, we'll use the cameras if an incident occurs for investigative purposes, but you want them there to deter. You want them there to prevent. Individuals could be on those camera feeds looking at behaviors, looking at certain suspicious people and alike. And so to take that offline makes no common sense equation, it makes no law enforcement sense, and it certainly makes no counterterrorism sense.
She's also downplayed other problems Seattle is having of major businesses like Starbucks pulling out offices out and people out and moving them to Tennessee. Let's listen to this. Watch this viral moment.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown, and if the ones that leave, like, bye.
Really? Like, bye? And now she's flip-flopping on that, what she said. She's now praising companies like Amazon, Starbucks, Microsoft, and more. So what do you make of this? I mean, this isn't helping Seattle.
No, it's not helping Seattle. And of course, we've seen this in California where companies and wealthy individuals and other individuals are just said, I've had enough of their policies. I've had enough of the taxes in these places. And we're going to leave for greener pastures like Tennessee, like Texas, like Florida, and other states that are actually welcoming businesses. And those businesses, of course, attract jobs or create jobs and attract more investment. So obviously the mayor needs to be hopefully trying to get businesses to stay and to retain those in a place like Seattle. Appears as though she has a different approach, and I don't think that's going to be very successful.
Thank you, Chad Wolf. Good to see you.